Welcome back to One Piece Anime Review, episode 92. Can you believe it's only been a couple weeks since I did the last episode? Yes. Now, I should mention this before I go talk about the episodes. I'm only discussing pretty much what's released dubbed, and then basically going back to the way it was discussed before, where we never release new episodes, I probably will review them. As soon as I finish reviewing these episodes, I'm going to go through a bunch of Doctor Who stuff, Doctor Who stories, and hopefully get some anime done. Because officially, as of right now, as of yesterday, I am on break from Tokusatsu stuff. I will be watching some Power Rangers. Yes, that's kind of Tokusatsu. Yes, I'm not going to be reviewing it. No, I'm just watching because I want to catch up with it. That's simply the reason for it. It's one of I'm starting with Super Downcharge, simply because basically that's where I left off with. I'm going to be watching that when I'm away from home, and I'm starting with that one because that's where I left off with. That was the last thing I watched. Power Rangers. I haven't watched Power Rangers in several years. Like, there's that one. I've not finished watching Super Downcharge. There's also, I think the next one was Ninja Steel was our next one. There's that one, Beast Morphers, and Dino Fury. There is currently four series of Power Rangers I have not had chance. Now, one I have not finished watching. The other three I have not watched yet. Though, in the case of Ninja Steel and Beast Morphers, Ninja Steel, I actually have seen like one episode, actually two episodes, actually officially one full episode. That was mentioned in Danger. In the case of Beast Morphers, I actually have sat through at least a couple episodes of the series of that one. But that one I'm a little more looking forward to that one than Ninja Steel because basically, because it's done by Hasbro. But I'm just going to try to finish what's left of Power Rangers. I'm trying to catch up with it. I'm thinking about my catch. It may or may not be when Cosmic Fury comes out, which is the follow-up to Down Fury. Yep. So, in the case of this particular episode, we are discussing episodes 930 and 929, 930, which is where it's starting off. I think it's part 5, if I'm not mistaken. Actually part 4. Excuse me. Excuse me. So, we're on the 4th batch of episodes for the dub for One Piece. Well, for the Wano arc. Mm-hmm. In these 2 episodes, we have debut of 2 brand new characters. No, seriously, it's only 2. Which is basically Solitaire and Banoki. Now, the thing covers, in case you're curious though, it finished up 934 and goes through 935, no problem. I think it finished up. Yeah, it basically starts going through like by halfway through 936, so not very far with this one. Now, basically, there's about, if I remember correctly, there's about 3 different plot threads going on this one. Yeah, I'd say about 3 overall. This is one minor thing. Now, in the case of what Luffy's up to, I'll get to him last. First, let's talk with Big Mom, Otama, Momo, Chopper, and Kiku, where they're riding on top of a giant alligator, or they've heard of as a Langator, going straight to Udon to free Luffy. Yep. And this is basically something that will continue on for a little while. I think, if I remember correctly, this went on for about 5 or 6 episodes, if I remember correctly. This is just kind of the start of it. And of course, we get Udon, we get sort of a detailed map of basically Wano, which I thought was really cool. The fact Kiku was one who did this. And of course, Momo saying a word that apparently according to me, means look, and Kiku's like, don't say that word again. And both him and Otama try to do it, but they basically keep saying no. The Kiku. And of course, Big Mom, of course, she's of course wondering who the heck Big Mom is, despite the fact she's literally Big Mom. So basically, at this point, she's referred to as Olin. Yes, that's the alias, basically, that Lin is going under when she's of amnesia. And by the way, Napoleon, who is her hat, is asleep. He's not doing anything at all as it relates to this particular arc. So, at this point, on the way there, most of the Straw Hats, with the exception of Zoro, is basically discussing what the next plan is. So, then of course, it becomes an interesting idea to go to this bathhouse. Sanji wants to use his raid suit to basically peep on the girls, which, if you're curious whether that doesn't happen, we'll get to that, don't worry, because it is one of the most strangest scenes I have ever seen in this series. So they're all tired, and of course, in the case of Nami, but by the way, everybody for some reason, despite the fact that, here's the thing, everybody in this room are not referred to each other by their actual names. They're referred to each other by their Wano names. I'm not sure why. Like, Luffy is referred to by almost everybody except for maybe Otama as Luffy Taro. Or Frankinosuke, or basically Robin. Like, okay, you're in private. Why didn't you address each other by your actual freaking names, people? And in case you're curious, though, did I have this problem when the episode originally aired? By the way, it aired like 3 years ago. I'm not kidding about that. 3 freaking years ago. Yep. Oh, by the way, the dub actually for this batch will stop at episode 352, which makes it like 109 episodes left to be dubbed. Yeah, I think it's 109. So, just got to do next. It's basically just a planning thing. Of course, Rob reveals some interesting details, like when she basically reveals, like, oh, when the Shogun sleeps, about the food, all the other stuff. Yeah, it's just like, she thinks it's not much. Like, that's plenty of information. They could probably use that information. And, well, in case you're curious, though, that's it for them for a bit. Meanwhile, though, at Udon Prison, we have Luffy where he's taking this look like a giant hoe, and basically smashing more rocks. He gives the old man some dong tickets, dumpling tickets to get more dumplings to get fed, because basically he does a lot of work. And of course, one of the vice wardens questions him about this. Where'd you get these? Did you steal from prisoners? He, of course, gets beaten up, and of course, he eats the dumplings that are on the ground, which gross. And of course, Luffy sees this while also being counted by a basically a lamb who keeps spitting. He's like, your spit stinks. You're gross. And oh, don't worry, I'll handle him. And then Luffy, to get him to stop, basically beat the crap out of the old man. He punches the vice warden, and then the warden himself shows up. Yes, the warden. Who, by the way, he has an elephant fruit. Yes. Oh, there's also something going on during this period of time. We have Renzo disguised as a guard, giving this other guy who has a crab fruit ability. Like, he gives him basically crab puns, puts him aside, and of course he grabs the real key, and they proceed to escape. He basically gets out of the fake disguise he was in, and proceeds to take out the guards pretty easily. This is where we have debut of Solitaire. Here's a fun fact about Solitaire. Did you know that basically anything that she does in the anime is complete anime original? Because here's the thing. She did nothing in the frickin' manga. Toei basically did all the legwork when it comes to this character. I'm sure basically Oda, he basically probably wanted more of the character, but he probably no time to. Because, he's on a schedule. So, my guess is he probably has to, hey, can you add to I'm going to basically, there's some material I really want to add for Solitaire. Can you add to the anime to make it canon? They're probably like, sure, why not? That's probably what happened. I have no idea because I've never met the writer, so there's that. Oh, by the way, her fruit is basically a monkey fruit, and she uses monkey puns. Yes. Then, of course, Luffy, after getting hit by the warden's elephant gun. No, not an actual one. Basically, his elephant, and he shoots him, and of course, he gets knocked over. And then, of course, Queen just shows up at the prison at that point in time. Yes, Queen. Ready in like he's a Morton Joe from Mad Max Fury Road. No, I'm not kidding about that. Basically, the whole thing with this guy is that he's basically a character ripped completely from Mad Max. Well, because of the vehicles he drives. So there's a show, and of course, the warden basically is like, okay, we get like the 3 things. Number 1, kids escaped. Number 2, the keys to the handcuffs were stolen. And number 3, Luffy's escaping right now. He's like, what? Yes, this is so funny. And of course, there's Luffy crawling on the wall. And then the episode ends him about to get hit with the like him still climbing the wall with the old man. who's trying to escape, and that's pretty much the 2 episodes nutshell. Still, I love this arc so far. Like, even basically viewing currently, it's fantastic arc. Oh, by the way, here's something interesting though. When it comes to the only characters not Straw Hat related are regular characters in this arc. Of the other allies, the only ones in this episode are just basically Otama, Kiku. Oh, by the way, there's also, I forgot to mention this. There's a brief scene of the Big Mom Pirates where I think their mother is dead, so Pesma thinks he should be the one to take over, but his brother thinks that Katakuri should be the one in charge because of equality over seniority. And plus, Katakuri is a damn good leader, anyways. Yep, that's one thing I gotta love about Big Mom's children. They have a great family bond, so they can argue with each other. Yep. Sparrow, basically, the only thing I still like about the guy is his freaking tongue. It's like, how can you talk with, like, yeah, oh yeah, I do this all the time. How can this guy freaking talk when he has his tongue sticking out? Because that's been a big problem I've had with this character ever since I first saw this guy, oh my gosh, like 6 freaking years ago when he first popped up in Whole Cake. Like, how the heck is this guy talking with his tongue sticking out? You can't talk if you're not sticking out like that. It sounds ridiculous, doesn't it? It does. It sounds completely ridiculous. And yet, for some reason, this guy can talk perfectly fine with his tongue sticking out. He's like, lickety lick. Like, dude, put your tongue back in your freaking mouth, dude. Yeah. Yep. So, yeah, that's that particular view. Next up, I'm going to do this quickly, and hopefully it won't take too long. I'll do it in my stream. Well, I might just do the stream. I might just go ahead and do this later. It's my Comic Corner, okay? Next video. Bye.